We will talk about high intensity interval training, why it's so important, what health effects it has, and we will compare it to traditional exercises, for example jogging. Now let's say what is idea of high intensity interval training. It means we have alterations of walking and sprint. Walking and sprint. During walking, you just walk. It's a passive exercise actually, but during these sprints, you insert around 95% of your effort. So you sprint, you're running, you're with your maximal or almost maximal effort. 30 seconds you running, you sprint, and around 1 minute you walking, and you do these alterations maybe 5 times, maybe 10 times, how much you can. Best is 10 times or 12 times. And you start with warm up. Warm up is jogging or walking around 5 minutes. Then you start these alterations between sprint and walking, and you will end with walking again or jogging around 5 minutes again for cool down. That's the idea of high intensity interval training. Now let's say why it's so important and why it's so popular. Because it improves insulin resistance. It improves insulin resistance by 25%. And if we say that steady state training or moderate intensity training improves only 15%, and you get much better result, 10% better result you get, but you require much less time. In this case, 16-minute interval training is enough to reach this 25% improvement of insulin resistance, while you need 30 minutes exercise daily to reach this 15 minutes improvement in case of moderate intensity exercise. That's how huge difference between high intensity interval training and moderate intensity exercise. Another difference is fat reduction. 1.5% fat reduction is in case of high intensity interval training compared to moderate intensity exercises. So it's also very important. Maybe you think that 1.5% fat is nothing, but actually it's huge, because I will tell you why. For example, you already exercise and your body composition is 20% of fat. You have 20% of body fat, and after interval training you decrease this and you have 80.5%. It's very important reduction compared to moderate intensity exercise, especially when you require much less time and it's time efficient. Fat burning also important, and muscle building, especially for muscle building, because even in muscle building we have better results in case of HIIT or high intensity interval training compared to weight training. So yes, weight training is good, but high intensity interval training is better for fat burning and for weight loss and for muscle gaining also, or muscle building. And very important is also cancer growth and cancer suppression. High intensity interval training decrease cancer growth and increase suppression, and we have study in mice and colorectal cancer. It decreased colorectal cancer growth by 50%, and it decreased tumor mass around 60%. it's huge reduction actually. In case of humans, at this case, breast cancer survivals, high intensity interval training reduce reoccurrence by 40%. And cancer risk in healthy individuals, high intensity interval training reduce cancer risk by 50%. It's huge. And in case of moderate intensity exercise, it decreased only 30%. And as we say, it's very time efficient. That's why it's so important also, because you need workout twice as much in case of moderate intensity exercise. When we say moderate intensity exercise, it means, for example, jogging, or for example, dancing or swimming or such exercises are moderate intensity usually. And how high intensity interval exercise do this? First mechanism is afterburn effect. It means even you finish your workout, you still burn calories. Because your metabolic rate is increased, your oxygen consumption is increased. That's why you burning around 10% more calories. So if you need 2000 calories per day, you will need 2200 if you do high intensity interval exercise. Also, it changed our hormonal composition, hormonal release, not composition. It increases adrenaline, increases noradrenaline, increases growth hormone, and they cause fat oxidation or fat burning, and they causing and stimulating muscle building. So you burning fat and building muscles. That's why it's important high intensity interval training. And mitochondrial boost. Mitochondrial you can imagine as small warehouse, energy warehouse for our body, in our cells. And high intensity interval exercise increase this mitochondrial number, and it means better endurance, it means improved strength of your muscles, and also it improves cardiovascular health. It improves stroke volume, improves vascular elasticity, so it has cardiovascular improvement and time efficiency, of course. Now let's say, for example, you don't want sprint because it's not comfortable for you. You can do other things instead of sprint. For example, walking 60 seconds and push-ups, walking 60 seconds and pull-ups, walking 60 seconds and lunges, squats, or kettlebell swings, or battle ropes. So you can replace this sprint with such exercises. You can do also other exercises, but it should be near your maximal effort. You should remember, near your around 90% or 95% of your maximal effort. That's all I wanted to say. I hope it will help you, not only for exercise but general for your health. Thank you for your interest. Thank you for your watching. If you like my videos, please thumbs up. If you like my channel, please subscribe. Thank you very much. Bye for now.